Sup, flappers. How has your Christmas been this year? Has Genshin treated you right? Well, regardless, Erotic Walrus is here to brighten your day up. So, as you may have seen from the thumbnail today, I am here to show you how you can build Albedo as your main DPS. You must have wondered, does it work? Is it viable? And don't worry, Walrus has burned all his resources and more to make these tests happen, so you don't have to burn yours to find out. Just watch this video. So if this video ends up helping you decide whether you want to try him as a main DPS or not, like, subscribe, and share it to spread the word. Anyways, here's the video. So for Albedo main DPS, we have to get a couple things straight first. Was he designed to be a main DPS? No. However, that doesn't mean he cannot be. In fact, through my testing, he actually functions quite well in this role, as long as you build him properly. The key, as I have mentioned over and over again, for any main DPS is consistency in auto attack damage. How much damage can you output through just auto attacking? Albedo's auto attack base stats are suboptimal, no matter how you look at it. And at first, it was tough getting him to work. However, through testing, I did arrive at a single iteration of a team and a build that gave impressive results. So here, take a look. The idea behind this was that Zhongli and Albedo create entire zones of geo, and this zone can be relocated with minimal downtime. The amount of geo tick damage more than makes up for the lack of raw stat numbers, and this allows Albedo to become a physical / geo hybrid carry. The team that I arrived at was Albedo main DPS, Zhongli support DPS, CHILDE or DIONA healer, and FISCHL elemental support. This gave the best output as the geo characters were able to set up the zone, and with Zhongli we had double geo, which gave huge regen for Albedo and Zhongli. The two were practically using bursts on cooldown. CHILDE and FISCHL offered super conduct, which for my build helped Albedo push out much better physical damage. Keep in mind, everything was done at C0 for Albedo, and with only 4 + 16 artifacts and 1 + 20. Albedo was not even max level. So in theory, this could be pushed much higher. And also with Geo Resonance buff, I expect this team to be far more potent. Now for the weapons. The thing about Albedo main DPS is that from testing I found that you cannot rely on energy recharge substats, as with those weapons you are focusing on burst spamming, and you lose out on way too much consistency on field damage. Hence, I made the shift to more attack focused weapons, so starting at 4 stars again. At this level, we can look to the Flute and Prototype Rancor as the minimum requirements. These weapons work, but you're not going to get the effect that you want with them. A better option would be the Black Sword. This weapon is great because of its crit rate substat, which allows you to stack more crit damage on your headpiece. This is a great build for him since his elemental skill can also crit, so ideally you want as high of a crit damage as you can get it. But of course, with any build, the 5-star weapons is where you should be looking if you are serious about building him as your main DPS. In comes the Aquila Favonia. This is the sword I found the best success with, as you can get extremely consistent white damage, and combining it with his elemental skill, you are hitting extremely hard. And finally, I would say for main DPS, his best in slot weapon would most likely be the banner weapon Summit Shaper, and I will tell you why in our artifact section. So for artifacts, I tested him with 2-piece Petra, 2-piece Gladiator to try and amplify both his Geo and his normal attacks. I also tested him with 4-piece Gladiator, 2-piece Bloodstain, and 2-piece Gladiator, but all of them fell just short of one artifact set. And I'm sure you all should have an idea of which set I am talking about. So if you've watched until here, pause the video and comment below which artifact set do you think I am talking about, and then come back. Did you do it? Okay. Congratulations to the people who said Retracing Bolide. Hot dang. This set came out and slapped me right across the face. How did I not see this first? It checked all the boxes for the team I was running, and it showed. I did not need the extra 15% Petra Geo bonus, as it's quite insignificant compared to having more durable shields, which increased my DPS since I needed to dodge less. The set offered a consistent 40% boost to my normal and charge attacks, which boosted my defense and allowed me to become a raid boss. And as mentioned earlier, this is also why the Summit Shaper most likely will be his best in slot for main DPS. Note, main DPS, not anything else, just main DPS. For artifact, main stats go for attack percentage on sands, physical damage on cup, and crit rate or crit damage on your headpiece depending on your weapon of choice or how good your artifact substats are. I would say minimum aim for 50% crit rate before focusing too hard on crit damage. So now I have to be a responsible person and tell you the strength and weaknesses of running Albedo as your main DPS. Unfortunately, it's not all sunshine and rainbow for him in this position. So let's start with the strength. He is incredibly consistent in this role. Paired with Zhongli, there will always be something to activate his elemental skill. And the resonating geostructure is consistently outputting damage. The damage just never stops. Even if somehow you manage to get knocked back, there is still consistent damage being dealt. Also, with double geo, you get your burst very fast, and in combination with Zhongli's burst, you have one of, if not the best, field control. And now comes a weakness. And in all honesty, there isn't much, but with just this one, it may put him out of commission. You see, to get consistent damage with Albedo, you rely a lot on your elemental skill. And if you somehow lose that, you will lose out on a lot of your damage and consistency. So when fighting bosses, oftentimes you will find that you cannot rely on your elemental skill. In fact, this is a common geo issue where Zhongli's pillars just get one shot as well sometimes, and the same goes for Albedo's elevator. So this makes superconduct the only thing you can rely on when fighting bosses. And it still works. It's just you lose out on a huge part of your kit when fighting bosses. So that's it. Albedo as main DPS definitely works, and I wouldn't even call it unorthodox. You do have to run him with Zhongli though if you want to get the most out of him, since without Zhongli's pillar resonant damage, you lose out on quite a bit of damage. If you were to run him with Geo MC supporting him, it just won't work, as you will lose out on ticks for his elevator, and Geo MC takes up too much field time to make work. Same for Noel. And please, don't try Ningguang as a support DPS. So the only geo that works is Zhongli, unfortunately. Superconduct is a must as well. For Zhongli, I was running the 2-piece Bolide and 2-piece Noblesse. Depending on your substats rolled, you can also run 2-piece Bolide and 2-piece Petra. I used the Noblesse because I had this god tier geo cup for him, so I just went with it. For main stat, you would want to run HP percent on Zhongli's sands, you want geo damage on his cup, and crit rate or crit damage depending on your weapon of choice, and of course artifact substats. And that's it for the video, people. If you found this video helpful, like and share it. Also subscribe to my channel as I put out daily videos just like this one. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and look forward to my next video where I stat check over 40 artifacts that I farmed from the new domain, and it costed me 800 resin. Really excited to see what I get actually. I haven't even opened them yet as of recording this video. So until tomorrow's video, let's stay safe and peace.